Guy Ritchie made a name for himself with his fast-paced, wisecracking crime films full of dark humor. But the first time he stepped away from that formula, the result was such a disaster it nearly tanked his entire career. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch made a huge impact on British cinema around the turn of the millennium. Ritchie quickly gained a reputation as one of the most stylish and exciting filmmakers in the UK, which naturally led to a bunch of copycats trying to ride his wave of success. Every director has to try something new eventually, but Ritchie's decision to go with a vanity project turned out to be a huge mistake. Casting his then-wife Madonna in the lead role of Swept Away, his first attempt to move away from crime films, resulted in a terrible romantic drama that was torn apart by pretty much everyone who had the misfortune of watching it. Swept Away is a remake of the 1974 Italian film, and it starred the Queen of Pop herself alongside Adriano Giannini, the son of the original film's leading man, Giancarlo. The plot follows Amber Layton and Giuseppe Esposito, who can't stand each other but are forced to put aside their differences when they end up stranded on a deserted island with only each other for company. Completely terrible in every way, Swept Away racked up Golden Raspberry Awards for Worst Picture, Worst Director, Worst Actress, Worst Screen Couple, and Worst Remake or Sequel. Critics tore it apart, giving it a sad 5% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it didn't fare much better at the box office, earning just over $1 million worldwide on a $10 million budget. The response proved so harsh that it wasn't even released in Ritchie's native United Kingdom, although, ironically enough, right now the movie is available on Netflix UK. As for why, he offered a bullish response that hit the nail squarely on the head. "It won't be released here because it's shit," he said at the time to The Guardian. "The idea was that the wife and I would make some sassy little art movie, but we got the shit kicked out of us." That being said, he still defended it, maintaining that it's a good film, despite the response leaving him shaking my head. Madonna didn't blame the movie's failure on its quality, but instead pointed the finger at critics and Guy Ritchie's previous success. She argued that critics were already set on tearing down anything she and Ritchie worked on together. The knives were going to come out for Guy regardless, she insisted. He had too much success with his first two films, and that's just how the media works. They build you up, then tear you down. While there's a bit of truth in what she said, it's hard to ignore that Swept Away was a cinematic disaster in its own right. It was perhaps no coincidence that the couple divorced a few years later, citing irreconcilable differences. Unsurprisingly, they have never worked together again.